and Christina Matthews. Congratulations to all three new inductees.
So we start with the man affectionately known as Pup. Michael Clarke can't be with us tonight, but what an incredible career he had. 8,643 runs for Australia, including 151 on debut in India in 2004. The only Test player with 4 double centuries in a calendar year. Captained Australia in 139 matches after taking over from Ricky Ponting. A batsman of class, a player who took the game on, and a very worthy inductee into Australian Cricket's Hall of Fame. Ladies and gentlemen, Michael Clarke.
Then we have the finisher, Michael Bevan, widely regarded as one of the greatest white ball players of all time. He was ranked the #1 ODI batter in the world for 1,259 consecutive days between 1999 and 2002. He was a member of Australia's 1999 and 2003 World Cup winning teams. And who could forget his last ball boundary on New Year's Day back in 1996. He averaged 86 in winning run chases, had a one-day average of 53.6 and is one of 7 players to have scored 10,000 runs in Sheffield Shield cricket. Welcome to the stage and to the Australian Cricket Hall of Fame, Michael Bevan. Congratulations, Michael. What an elite club you have joined, full of greats. Tell us about how you feel about receiving this wonderful honour.
Well, it's an amazing honour. I've been out of the game for such a long time and there was such a strong focus on the longer version of the game when I played, and I guess I was a bit of a front runner and in terms of being a specialist in the one-day game. So to receive this honour, to be part of such a specialist number of players and to be rewarded and recognised for my role and my contribution to both the one-day game and Australian cricket is an amazing feeling, and I'm very proud to be up here.
A favourite moment of being part of such a history-making side back in the late 90s and early 2000s?
Yeah, apart from all the times where I won the matches.
Yeah.
Those, yeah.
Or take us through some of those.
Look, I think my favourite moment really I was fortunate to play 3 World Cup finals, 1, 2, but probably the standout for me, I think, was the 1999 World Cup. We had to win 7 matches in a row to win the World Cup final. At that point in time, we'd only won 3 matches in a row in the team that I played with, and so to play under immense pressure in every single match and just to watch the individual performances during the course of that World Cup was an amazing experience, really, and a favourite for me.
You mentioned the word pressure. You must love pressure, because what was it about those run chases that you loved so much, or that you thrived on so much? Was it the pressure, or was it the feeling that you would be the match-winning man?
Well, it went in waves for me. When I started my innings, I really had no pressure because we were usually 5 for nothing and we were probably going to lose the match anyway. And then I found as we got closer to winning the match and we had a chance of losing something, that's when I sort of got nervous. And then the last couple of overs of the match, I was sort of back on and focused on what I was doing and, you know, how I was going to help try to get Australia over the line, yeah.
I'm sure you've got some people you would like to thank, because this is one of the sport's greatest honours and you can't get here by yourself.
Yeah, look, of course. First of all, thanks to the committee for the reward and recognising my role and contribution in one-day cricket and cricket in general, and of course changing the criteria. Thank you. I think my teammates So many special memories and cherished moments. As I mentioned, 3 World Cup finals, winning 2. Great players, great guys and great leaders. And it was an honour to play in a team that helped forge a period for the dominance of Australia in one-day cricket. And lastly, look, I wouldn't be up here without the love, support and encouragement of my family. So big thanks to my daughters, Amelia, who's here tonight to share the experience, and Olivia. And also I'd like to, I will be eternally grateful for the support and encouragement that my mum and stepdad gave me in my formative years to allow me to chase my dreams. So tonight, this is as much for them as it is for me. And again, I'm very proud to be nominated and inducted, and it's a great moment. So thank you very much.
Congratulations to Michael Bevan.
So congratulations to Michael Bevan. What a player. He looks fit enough to still play, doesn't he? Now let's reflect on the incredible career of Christina Matthews. 20 test matches, the most women's tests for Australia. The most dismissals in women's tests as a keeper with 58. 47 ODIs, 67 internationals in total. And then she decided to keep giving to the game as the CEO of the WA Cricket Association from 2011 to 2024. A true trailblazer. Welcome to the Hall of Fame to Christina Matthews. Beautiful. Come in close.
Okay. Not that close.
No, that's fine. Wow, how do you reflect on being a Cricket Australia Hall of Famer?
I was really happy for it until the photos came up. The first one of the 3 of us, of me, was a shocker. Right. It was about 10 years ago. And then I looked like I've just drunk a glass of milk. But anyhow, it's fantastic. It's a real honour, and I could never imagine that I'd be standing up here and part of such an illustrious group of former players.
Why cricket for you? Why did it start with cricket?
Well, I grew up in a family that loved to watch all sport. I grew up in Melbourne, so it was footy and cricket, the great Fitzroy Lions when I was a kid, and we played games in the street. You know, in those days, you just put the rubbish bin out and then someone would call when a car was coming and you'd move it off and start again. And then my mother... we moved to Glen Waverley when I was about 12, and she saw a women's team playing in the area and asked me if I'd like to go down. And it was the most magnificent experience. I just love being part of teams. I've loved every team I've played in.
What are your favourite memories of, as I outlined all your credentials, you know, what are you proudest of and what do you remember the most?
I think what I'm really proud of is I was really focused on ensuring I helped develop good team culture and that everybody in the team was included in what we did, just being involved in other people's success. I was lucky to play with a lot of great players, and to be in the same team as those players and see them succeed was just an honour to be part of.
Who was the best you played with?
There's so many, but if I was going to pick a batter and a bowler that I played with, Belinda Clarke is the standout bat, and Catherine Fitzpatrick would be the standout bowler. And Catherine, because she had to completely remodel how she bowled to be the player she became, and Belinda was just a genius on the field. I wouldn't be surprised if she padded up today, she could still participate.
Yeah. She certainly looks fit enough, definitely still to play. And you continued to contribute to cricket. You look like you loved being an administrator.
Yeah, I joined my first club committee when I was 14,
oh.
And I volunteered all through my playing career and even now in different things I'm involved in. And I clearly was an organisational nerd because I love things to be better, so I get involved in helping them to be better. And one of the things, my time at WA Cricket, people talked about is how I moved the women's game on, but diversity inclusion. So our disability team's our Aboriginal team, and it's because as a woman growing up, you were allowed to be part of the game, but you weren't included in the game. And so I have a real empathy for those groups and bringing them into the game. And it's incredibly exciting to see those people recognised tonight from all our different forms of cricket. And, the players in WA, male and female, have been so good. Mitch, Aaron, Cameron have been so good at embracing those new participants to the game, if you like, and ensuring that they knew they were loved at WA Cricket.
Just quickly, what do you think of this modern crew? You must be so proud of this modern team. They're standing on the shoulders of the giants. You'd be proud of what they're producing.
Yeah, I'm really proud because they leave no stone unturned, and they do things on their own to make themselves better. They've had some great leaders over the last few years with Meg, now Elisa, and T-Mac, we're mates. Yeah. T-Mac filling in for Elisa and things like that. And Shelley Nitschke has just done a remarkable job over the last couple of years. She did a year coaching the Perth Scorchers, which we like to say gave her a leg up to being the Australian coach. And she's done an amazing job. And it's lovely to have people like Shelley involved because they bring a bit of the past into their coaching as well, and they have their connection. But you only have to talk to people like Midge and Pez and whatever, who I kind of was part of coaching them when they were younger, who still kind of bring that message through the team, which was great. Watching someone like Phoebe Litchfield, she just never stops smiling. Yeah. And that's what you want to see in people playing, that they're really loving what they're doing. Unlike Captain Cranky Clarke over there.
Don't say whitewash, you'll keep smiling over there, Phoebe.
16-0 whitewash.
Thank you, that's right. An opportunity for you for some thank yous, Christina, on an unbelievable career.
Yeah, I mean, it has been amazing, and I think I need to start with, I was lucky to grow up in a family, a mother and father who encouraged me to do different things. My mother was terrified I'd play AFL football, but luckily there was no teams then, so cricket became the thing she was happy for me to do. My father got involved in the club and helped coach me because we didn't have coaches, but he was a Scottish man, was a soccer goalkeeper, so he taught me drills in that essence. We didn't have individual coaches, but I'm very lucky that I played at a club that had a coach called Lynn Denham, who was way ahead of her time and really prepared us as club players well, and then Peter Backer and John Harmer in state and Australian teams. But there was a guy called isn't it terrible? I've forgotten his name. There's a really important guy.
A pad here or something?
Kept for Tasmania. Okay. Mark, who taught me how to be a really good wicketkeeper and what it meant. And when I moved to Sydney, he and I trained every day together, and he taught me the art of wicket-keeping after years of reading Rod Marsh's books and so forth. So I thank those people, and I just want to thank everybody I played with and against. It's such an important community, being part of sport and being part of cricket, which takes a long time to play. So you really get to know people well. And I think that's really the secret sauce of how we all stay together. So thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, Christina Matthews.